Alright guys, in this video I'm going to go over what to play against the Accelerated Dragon. So Accelerated Dragon, okay, so actually Hyper Accelerated Dragon, and let me tell you why. So the Accelerated Dragon is if knight c6, d4, take, and then g6. This is Accelerated Dragon. The reason this is called Hyper Accelerated Dragon is they didn't even play knight c6. So that's why. They're basically saying I'm playing Accelerated Dragon right now. So once again, we don't really play open Sicilians. So c3. I don't know if there's a name for this. It's basically a Moscow. I'm gonna just put it under the Moscow category. Um, but yeah, this is always super effective against Fianchetto. If you can kind of stone it out with these pawns, like black is always kind of slightly worse. All right, let me talk to God. Let me get God on the phone too. All right, so C3, there's a couple things they can do. Um, let's just go over this. Early D5 first. So if they go D5 immediately, I actually don't like to. Yeah, I was about to say I don't like to take. E5 is definitely way better. Um, so knight c6 is gonna pretty much transpose, but there is a move they can play. They can go d4. I actually had this in a tournament once. Um, so d4, it looks like you can win this pawn with take and take, and queen a4 check. Queen a4 check is actually a mistake because after here, here, and bishop here, you don't. Well, I guess you do win a pawn, but it's not worth it. And I ended up like I should have won this game, but it ended up being a draw. What is it? I think he took here. Yeah, he took here. And this position is pretty sufferable. Like eventually you tangle out, but it's like, why do this when they're greener pastures? So just go bishop b5 check. And basically you'll get this pawn. You just castle first and you play it around it, do what you gotta do. Um, and something like this, easy setup. There's a lot of weaknesses, a lot of dark square weaknesses for black. There's d6, there's c5, there's a bunch of stuff. You have knight f6 check and some variations too. So yeah, already like +1. So that's what we're gonna do against this early d4. So now the main line, bishop g7, d4. So take is what we'll go over first. And then so d6 is already really good for white. You're already like +1. You basically just have a huge space advantage. Bishop b5 check. Bishop b2 is okay too. But yeah, bishop d7, I think you just like castle. Oh no, okay, so this is why this is so good. E5 actually is like a problem for him. Because if he takes the bishop, I take the knight. And this here, and what is it? Bishop f4. Okay. Yeah, you can go for hero mode, or I'll just go bishop. Or even h3 is a good move. Because now where does he put his pieces? h3, bishop d3, bishop e3, something like that, and just play. It's kind of like a good Grunfeld or something. Um, all right, so d6 is bad. So d5, we're gonna go e5. We love this advanced structure. You just have more space, easy way to play. Um, now, first one we'll look at is let's go bishop g4. So bishop g4, kind of the way you want to think here is you always want to take this with this. Now what we do first is we go bishop b5 check, and knight c6, we're going to take this immediately. The reason we take immediately is we want to give him this weak pawn. If we give him time, let's say we castle, he can go queen b6. This is already kind of a mistake, but queen b6, and it's still good for white, but it's so much easier to just play against the weak pawn. Like when you have a weak pawn, it's just like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Anything else, it's like kind of confusing low key. All right, so bishop g4, bishop b5, knight c6, take, and we're going to go knight d2 immediately. We always want to take back with the knight, and then we're going to get the bishop, and then here. And then what you can do is, this is actually a tactic that I've gotten at least a decent amount, but queen d2 and their knight, actually no, that's a different line. If they go f5, sorry, if they go like f5, no, I think I'm tripping. There's some line where you can trap this knight. I think it's a Rosalimo, it's not this. But you can go bishop e3, queen d2, and hit this knight as well. And of course, rook c1 and play against the c pawn, and that's going to be great for white. Um, okay, so that's all you have to know for this. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Okay, so now if they go knight c6 first. Okay, so knight c6 first is a little bit different because bishop e5, they technically cannot get a double pawn. So here, if queen b6, knight c3 is really strong because they're hitting d5. Like, okay, so if you ever get this, remember you can just take on d5 because you have a fork on c7. So they have to go e6, and now this bishop is stuck inside the cage. So now this is like even stronger. I mean, you can do whatever you want here. You have like just a huge advantage for white. Um, and bishop d7. I was actually thinking about this just now. Yeah, knight c3. I think he has to go e6. Yeah, bishop d4 is the best move. And then once again, bishop is stuck in the cage. Probably we keep the bishop now. If okay, let's just see, for example, if a6, am I going bishop d3? Oh, apparently you can just take it. But once again, any move is possible. That's how nice the position is. All right. Think okay, so a6. A6 is kind of a cheeky move. So basically, they're trying to take away bishop b5. Now, the interesting thing here is you don't have to go h3 because where is this bishop gonna go? Can't go here, can't go here. The bishop here is actually kind of useless because it's stoned out by the pawns. So we actually just go bishop e2. And if they go bishop g4, we still go knight d2. It's just the bishop might as well go here. We don't have to spend a move on h3. And then eventually we're going to get this. It's funny, yeah, it actually doubles down. And then after we do all this, then you go bishop d3 to stop knight f5. But once again, I think you do have a lot of options here. b4, very interesting move. If you're trying to, another like you have huge theme in my openings, you can always sack the b pawn. That's always kind of good. Okay. Um, all right, so that's going to be pretty much all of the d5 variations. Bishop g4, knight c6, a6. All right, so now if they go, I think that's actually, there's only one other variation I can think of. Knight c6. Yeah, so the other variation is if they don't take on d4 and they just go d5 straight. So good news is you can pretty much use all the same. Actually, can you just go dc? Is this just like really good? So okay, let me just look at this endgame. This is like a dream Alabin, I believe. You also just win a pawn, so it's just a dream position. So they have to go knight f6. Wow, I've never seen this, and it's been there the whole time. That's why it's good to study, and I guess it's good to make videos because you learn things. Yeah, so you can go e5 and transpose. Now, I'm gonna have to fix the problem set. Yeah, DC is just good. And I'll probably just update the pictures. I mean, it was only one question, or maybe two. Um, so yeah, against if they don't take and they go d5, just go DC. DC is also another very common theme in all the openings that we're gonna play. But yeah, this can transpose too. And I think that's pretty much it for the accelerated dragon. Okay, knight of six. They go this weird knight of six move, e5. This is where my analysis stopped. E5, knight d5, and you're just like doing well. Yeah, I mean d4 makes sense. Queen b3 seems like a try hard move. Just go d4. Okay, so real quick, let's say like I'm curious of d6. Okay, so it's actually not super clear. It turns into like a weird Alapin. Yeah, maybe bishop c4 first is better. I would kind of err on the side of being aggressive. Okay, actually, let me look at queen b3 real quick. Yeah, if you have to go d4, then queen b3 is kind of useless. So I would recommend going bishop c4 here, though, because now e6 is not really possible. And in the other line, he can go d6, bishop e6. So knight b6, and probably just bishop e3. If they try to take this pawn, like I would assume, like, okay, knight g5 just wins on the spot, but it's just like too much activity. So here, and let's say d6 to cap it off. Okay, knight g5 is serious threat. If castle. Okay, e6 is very strong. Um, and if castle here. Yeah, I was about to say, do we go h4? Seems like too much. Yeah, I think you can go a4, a5. You can just castle too. I would probably avoid bishop g4 because then they will kind of chip away. And then this bishop has nowhere good to go. Um, and I think that's pretty much it for the accelerated dragon. So I guess let's go through the problem set. So first one, c3, d4. So here, like we said, already advantage. You can go knight c3. h3 is the move that I like. And if you want to go like serial killer, like the bishop b5 check e5 after knight f6. All right, so knight c6 actually, so this picture does not change because we're just going to take on c5. If they don't take, is there a way they can do this? So c, what do I do? G6. c3. Yeah, so d5 here. Okay, so that's how they can get it. So here, bishop g7, d4, knight c6. Oh, okay. Wow, that's interesting. So yeah, then actually all the pictures are the same. So DC is only good if they hit it in this move order. So they go bishop g7, d4, and now d5. Then DC is good. But if they go d5 immediately, you have to go e5, and then after bishop g7, d4, knight c6. Now DC is not good. So now you actually have to go bishop e5. So that is why the problem sets are good. So yeah, so in this move order, we're gonna go bishop e5. Okay, queen b6, interesting move. Yeah, so I guess here, okay, I think here we get forced into this, and then h3. Okay, and then just play chess. All right, so against this knight c6, we don't go dc, we go bishop b5. We kind of roll with the punches there. So here you would take on c6 immediately um, to give him the weak pawn, and then remember knight d2, take with the knight, and then knight d2, and I think h3 immediately. h3, get the bishop, and then hammer c6 straight off the DSBs. Um, if d5 immediately, we go e5. All right, so if they go d4, remember, don't go queen a4 check and try to win the pawn. You have to go bishop b5 check and then take and castle, and then white is doing good here. Um, all right, so if they go a6, we don't have to go h3, just go bishop e2. Because where else is this bishop going to go? And then we still go knight d2, h3, and take with the knight. So if queen b6 here, knight c3 is good. And e6 is a problem because now the bishop is in the cage and white is definitely just better. If bishop g4 here, we're going to take on c6 immediately. Take and then go knight d2. Okay, and then kind of what are the plans here? You want to take with the knight, and black is trying to go knight h6, knight f5, queen b6. That's kind of the general way that he's going to attack these pawns. And last but not least, number 10, you're going to go d4, knight d5. And remember, in this position, we play pretty fast. We go d4, bishop c4. And then white is doing well here. So yeah, that's all the Accelerated Dragon. Honestly, like, this variation is correct against Accelerated Dragon. Like, it is kind of always good. Like, you're going to be plus 0.6, plus 0.7. Remember, you can still lose, but just know out of the opening, you have space, you have a better position, and it's not like a King's Indian where it's complicated, where they have counterplay. It's kind of just better, and it's only if you make a mistake will it really get complicated. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.